We start with our breaking news story. 4 police officers have been arrested in connection with the death of Mthoko-zisi Ntumba. He was shot with rubber bullets at close range by police during Wits student protests last week. This as attempts to shut down universities across the country continue this hour. Students are demanding financial inclusion of all. Silindelo Masikane is at the Wits University. She joins us now live. Sli, let's start with these arrests. The police watchdog issuing a statement a short while ago.
That is true, Shahan. I'm just going to apologize for some of the shaky visuals. We are walking towards the UJ campus, but what I can say is that we have received a statement from the Independent Police Investigative Directorate, and it states that they have just made 4 arrests, police officers from the Public Order Policing Unit, and that is in connection with the death of Mthoko-zisi Ntumba. We understand that the 4 officers will appear at the Johannesburg Magistrate Court on Wednesday, the 17th of March, and they are facing charges of murder and 3 charges of attempted murder, as well as defeating the ends of justice. That is all that the statement from IPIT says, and I think this comes on the back of a lot of pressure in terms of justice for Mthoko-zisi Ntumba, who was merely a bystander coming to the doctor's offices in the Braamfontein area, where he was caught in the crossfire between protesting students as well as the police. But as you can see with the visuals in front of you, Shahan, we do have the small group of protesters from the University of the Witwatersrand who are, it looks like they're making their way to UJ, because as the media, Shahan, we're not really being told on the action plan on what they're doing or how they're doing it, but they've been in Braamfontein, trashing the streets, trying to make businesses shut down, but the police had managed at one point to disperse them with a water cannon. I'm going to ask Didiro to just show you the water cannon that's actually following the students behind us. The students had scattered but managed to regroup, and this is what we're seeing now. But let's just take a listen to what the Secretary General of the SRC at Wits had to say to me.
The plan is to shut down Braamfontein and before. So that is the plan. Down. If they come again and separate us, win again and shut down Braamfontein. That is the plan.
So let's talk about what the SRC is saying about what seemed to be the political rift between student bodies today.
Well, Shahan, you would have noticed by the towards the end of last week, rather, what started out as a united front between students became some kind of a divide towards the end of the week, where we started seeing the different students who are their different parties kind of gathering in their own list. And for the most part, it seemed as though it was going to stay that way, because it's as though there's this infighting between the students of who's leading these protests. But so today was SASCO, some of the EFF student command members trying to come together to continue with their protest action, because today we know that it's supposed to be a national shutdown. Let's take a listen to what the SG SRC had to say.
We will always try to find each other, but at the end of the day, the same cause, which is leading students.
All right, Celine, let's talk about police presence and how they're handling these protests today. We've seen such a contrast.
A stark difference, I must say, Shahan, in terms of how the police are engaging with students today. They are literally just watching from a distance for the most part, and only engaging where it's really, really necessary. So if they do find that the students are disrupting traffic, to damage property, that is when they've really been getting involved. And they're not actually using rubber bullets today. What we are seeing, I think, is a level of force, so I think, for the most part, because we have the Nyalas circulating, monitoring them, I think just trying to show them that they are around and that if need be, they will use whatever force they deem necessary in terms of maintaining law and order. But for the most part, Shahan, it's only been the usage of the water cannon and just that show of force in terms of making sure that they are visible and that the students know that they are watching and that they are there.
All right, so Silindelo Masikane is following the Wits University leg of